Who's laughing now?
Please hang up and try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios.
Driven by General Tire.
It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, that laugh with Joey Logano is quite timely when it comes to October. Kind of a scary little laugh right there. And, of course, Christopher Bell goes out there and leads the most laps in Las Vegas, and Joey Logano steals the damn thing. What did he do? He led, 6 laps?
5 or 6, yeah.
Of the race, right? All right, fuel strategy. Suck it, fuel strategy, haters. Get yourself a win, you move on. Oh, come on a second. Joey Logano? What? What, huh? Alex Bowman's got... No, come on. Did this really happen that Joey Logano gets in on a DQ from Alex Bowman and then this happens in Las Vegas with a little bit of fuel management?
He wins and confirms himself into the Final Four. The same guy that was completely out of the playoffs just 1 week ago.
I will say this, Statman, when there is a Ford track on the horizon and we do beat the Freaks, Statman, credit for you. Even though it's just 6 laps led by a Ford, but a Ford wins that damn race.
Yeah, now you won't believe this.
Uh-oh.
You won't believe this, but I did pick Logano when we recorded. But when I said Ryan Blaney, I said, what the heck? I'll stick with Ryan Blaney.
So we might have lost Beat the Freaks this week, our General Tire competition. We might have lost this week because technically none of us picked Joey Logano, even though you wanted to, Steph.
Yeah, I had Joey Logano on the brain, and when it fell on the desk, it was Ryan Blaney. He's one of my regulars. So I said, hey, what's the point of doing it again?
Ryan Blaney had a bad day. Ooh, it's a bad day to be a Blaney.
Freak Nation, thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Almost 25 years of doing this on the Freak Radio Network. And on MAV TV, Freak Nation. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. A big show for you tonight. NHRA had the weekend off, but they're getting set for their 2 final races, Las Vegas and, of course, Pomona, where it's 1.5 points. We're going to catch up with your Funny Car points leader on the verge of a record-setting year. Austin Prock will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Ida Zetterstrom running for Rookie of the Year in the NHRA. She'll be joining us here. More from Joey Logano. We'll hear from him. And unless I change my mind, Richard C. Suave, I want to give some time to that race that happened in Austin.
No.
And I'm just not talking about 5 seconds to Formula One, because I did my damnedest, Statman, Crash, Suave, to find something that would pull me towards that series that gave me 6 or 7 ounces of I give a damn. All right? And you know what it was? You know what it was? It was freaking Ferrari just might be back for the Constructors' Cup. The first time since 2008. Ferrari. Richie, does Ferrari mean anything to you? Not because you're a Formula One fan, but with a couple of the older dudes here on this show right now, Ferrari was the creme de la creme when we were growing up to drive a Ferrari. But then Ferrari crapped the bed back in the 2000s. And we hadn't seen them since. But now, Richie, we got 2 drivers running the Ferrari.
Can you name both Ferrari drivers?
Can you?
Leclerc?
Leclerc.
It's Leclerc. It's not Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. Come on.
No, it's not. Nope. I'm going with my English professionals. They say Leclerc. I'm telling you, there's
Chuck.
They might say that in Austin.
Continue. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, Statman, I'm surprised he hadn't fallen on the floor already. I've spent more time in this opening than I have in my entire 24 years of doing Speed Freaks talking Formula One.
Close.
Right? But
very close. I mean, it would take to the thousands to figure it out.
Who's the other Ferrari driver?
Oh, Oh, yeah. Oh, let me stretch here.
South of the border? Ish.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He's not.
No. Norris?
No,
Oh.
he's McLaren.
I know that. Oh, let me see. Oh, Pato? No.
No.
Oh, hell. Let me see.
Car.
He's not going to be there next year.
Oh, that's right. He is not going to be there, which is one of the stupidest things. No, stop it.
I just gave you his first name.
Coming to me.
Appendectomy earlier this year.
Oh, right.
Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. You had me at appendectomy.
We got it.
Yes. That's what it did.
What?
I'm like, I've got enough damn people poking on my dang body. I relate to people that get poked on now, man.
You still have stitches right now? Let's see.
Yes, I do. I have
Show your
stitches up here
battle
in my
line.
shoulder right here.
Sure.
I don't want to show it.
Okay.
Listen, just the fact that I'm trying to find something to talk about with Formula One, Richie. My brother, I'm doing my darndest, but my goodness,
They
it
were
was so
in
difficult.
one of your favorite towns in this country.
I don't care if they were out. I might put a lawn chair outside of my house to watch Formula One go up and down my street.
Might.
Yes.
Yeah. Operative word being might.
I watched 3 or 4 minutes of Formula One today, and I could watch Lee Diffie call a NASCAR Cup race that was putting half of the NASCAR fans asleep and get more excited with Lee Diffie and crew. Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte. I get more. I ran an errand during the Cup race and was listening to Doug Rice's last call on Performance Racing Network for the Cup race at Vegas. And I was up on the wheel, but I know damn well what they were calling. It was like, brrr. But then I spent 4 minutes watching Formula One. I went, why do people follow this freaking sport when the champions freaking crowned before they run their first race?
Okay.
I know it's not cool.
Wait a
What's
minute.
that?
It's not crowned before the first race. He'll be crowned after the last. We'll make sure the right guy wins the championship.
But there's still going to be 1 million people watching this race.
Okay, which
Why?
one are you talking about now? Oh, Formula One.
Formula One. I don't freaking stand it. It's the same.
It's called reality TV. That's what got so many people into Formula One in this country. The rest of the world, that's another story. But this country, United States of America, not all, the majority of the bandwagoners came because of Drive to Survive. You know that, Kenny. It's reality TV. Why do people hate the Kardashians? Reality TV.
Is it the same people that, and I know that a close friend and EP, Stanley C. Findell, has done this. He'll record his Bruins and then watch them a day or two later. I don't understand how you can do that when it's a live sporting event. Is it the same people that watch delayed live sporting events that are watching Formula One? What's going to come out of it? Well, okay, we had 2 Ferraris, top of the box. I get that. It's cool. Can you tell I'm swimming trying to find a freaking topic?
Yeah, I want to go back
towards?
to you talking about recording sports. Are you talking about the rest of the season? Nobody in the United States recorded Austin. Austin is
That's not what I'm saying.
in our backyard.
I said, is it the same people that when they can't watch a football game, they record it and go back and watch it a day or two later? I know my freaking brother-in-law does that. He'll record the Astros and the freaking Mariners, and 3 days later, he'll go back and watch it. And he even knows who won. When my sister says, jokingly, Kenny, I expect that you're going to be watching some Formula One today because it's in Austin. She even knows that it's a reach for me to watch Formula One.
And after the performance, the very sad performance on the other side of Austin yesterday, you just didn't want anything to do with that city anymore.
Oh,
At least for today.
stop
At least
it,
for the
Crash.
weekend. Sorry, I'm just saying. It was
There was another athletic event in Austin this weekend.
Yeah, kind of on the other side of town, 12 miles away, I believe.
Logano, save me.
I keep looking at Bob up here. He thought I was going to make the playoffs this year. Who's laughing now? That's good motivation, though. I appreciate it. I needed that.
Oh, yes.
What in the world? I mean, we all know Joey has a laugh, but wow, that was full display right there.
Yeah.
Joey freaking Logano. Even he knows this whole thing is just whack. 1 week ago, out of the playoffs permanently. Whoop, babe, just kidding. Back in and now solidified with a win into the Final Four. Holy cow. This is NASCAR.
So in a season where a guy who won a race was disqualified from winning the race, another guy who jumped from 31st or 35th in the points to win a race to get into the playoffs, we might have a guy who was out of the playoffs get back in for a disqualification, and he could win the championship.
You nailed it right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking nailed it. This is NASCAR.
Wow.
Yep. Punched his ticket for Phoenix.
And it's funny seeing social media. About half of the fans out, maybe a little less than half, are just all about it. Like, yes, this is creating the excitement that we wanted. And you're not wrong in that. It is creating excitement.
Right.
But then a lot of other fans are like, this is ridiculous. It's the lowest point NASCAR's ever been. How can you have a guy that barely scraped together a handful of top 5 finishes in the entire year, Joey Logano, have him possibly being the champion?
Isn't that why they created the playoffs in the first place?
Yes.
Because a guy who never won a race
Matt
There we go.
Kenseth.
won the championship.
More from your winner, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, and Austin Prock. Coming up, Speed Freaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Freak Nation, sometimes it's just about exploiting the loopholes, and that's exactly what Joey Logano has done for the last couple of weeks, where Alex Bowman is disqualified from moving on, and Joey Logano eases his way into the playoffs. And then today, 6 laps led, bam, he gets himself a win. He punches his ticket to Phoenix. Imagine the discussion between him and his wife.
My wife, I talked to her in Victory Lane. She's like, do you believe like 1 week ago at like this hour, I come walking out of our bedroom and I said, you're not going to believe it. You know what I mean? It's like, you wouldn't believe it.
That entire interview is loaded with levels of Logano laugh. It's just.
You think it's because not because he feels so fortunate, because he is just screwing over these generated rules and gimmicks from NASCAR? I mean, he is getting in spite of what the restrictions NASCAR put out there to hopefully bring in the top drivers that deserve to move into the playoffs. He's just laughing at it. I laugh in your face, NASCAR.
Play it again. Who's laughing now? Play it again.
I keep looking at Bob up here. He thought I was going to make the playoffs this year. Who's laughing now?
My gosh.
It's so great.
So he might have led more laps than he finished in the top 5 this year. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That is true. I need to verify. Yeah, how many top 5s does he have this year? Meanwhile, did he lead 5 or 6 laps today? Yeah, we need to figure that out. He led 6?
Yes.
Okay, how many top 5?
But listen, if rules are rules, you follow the rules, you continue to advance. It happens. It's happening in Major League Baseball. It happens in the National Football League, where lower seeds, wild card teams get in and make their way to the championship. I have no problem with it. It's a boring damn race.
It was that. It was that.
You wouldn't know it because of Lee Diffie, though.
No, that's a fact, Crasher.
That was indeed his 5th top 5 finish of the 2024 season.
Okay. And you said he led 6 laps today.
6 laps led.
So there you go. Statman was on it.
He led more laps today than top 5s on the season. And he might be the champion. You think NASCAR come up with another rubber rule to manipulate the championship like they did the last time?
I don't know. I just want to hear that laugh. It just.
I keep looking at Bob up here. He thought I was going to make the playoffs this year. Who's laughing now?
I'm going to call it total crap on the Joey Logano didn't earn this. Just because he hasn't won, doesn't have as many top 5s as everybody else. In the playoffs, you know what you have to do to win championships? Win races. He's done that twice now.
That's true.
He's won 2 races in the playoffs. In the playoffs, that's been really wild because we've had several different winners who didn't even make the playoffs at all. So he won the first race of the playoffs,
right?
And he wins the first race here in the round of 8 to make it to the championship 4. You know, when he won that race at Kansas at the beginning of the playoffs, we came on the air. And one of the storylines we were talking about is Joey Logano the new closer? Oh. And he proved that today, man. He's proven that in the playoffs by winning 2 races in the playoffs. That's how you win championships.
Come on, give me some more. Give me some more of that rant, Richie. You're right on the edge of it. Keep rolling.
I gave it to you. You win races and you earn your championship, and that's what Joey Logano is doing. And if he wants to win the championship, he goes out and wins Phoenix like he's done before, and he's your champion, and he's earned it. Plain and simple.
Who's laughing now?
Come on.
Oh, yes. Because this
I don't know
is
which is better, the Richie rant or the laugh. That's
Who's laughing now?
And there it is, like NASCAR Chasm said on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of the Michael Jackson Thriller. There it is. There's the voice right there.
we don't know. He wasn't. You've never seen The Voice and Rich and Joey Logano in the same place at the same time.
Who's laughing now?
Joey Logano about saving fuel, saving one last lap for that big win.
He told me we're one lap short. So saving one lap over the course of that many laps, not that hard to do. So, with him knowing those numbers, that's going to put us in the best spot, because even if the caution comes out and we do have to pit, as long as it's not near the window when everyone pitted and they would stay out, we're going to be in a pretty solid spot. So I'd say, from what Paul said there, yeah, absolutely. We were 10th-ish, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there before everyone started pitting. So it kind of all worked out. Who's laughing now?
Yeah, I've got no problem with him making it to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I had a problem with that race today. We had Charlotte, the Roval last weekend, the last race, and the intrigue of that thing. I mean, when you watch Tyler Reddick flip on the front stretch, it wasn't even a flip. It was just kind of like a sideways somersault kind of thing.
Because he went from grass to asphalt to grass. I mean, again, that's a whole nother topic, but I don't think that should exist anymore at tracks that hold such high speeds. But go ahead.
But that's your highlight, one of your highlights. Like, man. If NASCAR is going to change some things up, and can we just do once in Vegas?
No track should have 2 dates. And we've talked about this for the past 20 some odd years. No, probably 25, probably every year of our existence in Speed Freaks. No track should have 2 dates. I even push it on Daytona or Charlotte having 2 dates, even though those are the two mother countries, the mother cities of NASCAR. Come on. This is a super long season. It's longer than baseball. We don't need a season this long. Some of you will be like, oh, yes, we do. No, you need to have time off, because time off means that you're yearning for that sport that you love so much to come back. The NFL is 16 weeks plus playoffs? And you're dying for it in the offseason. You need to make fans die to want your sport to come back again. This 10 out of 12 months thing is ridiculous. No track. Getting back to what you said, should have 2 dates.
Hey,
no track.
Again, in 2025, 2026, unless something changes, we're still not going to have a race in the second largest market in the United States of America, in Los Angeles. But damn it, we got 2 in Vegas. We got 2, 3 in Charlotte, 4, 6 in Charlotte, 7 in Daytona.
They had 25 in Martinsville, don't they?
It's all right, Freak Nation. We'll get by. When your highlight is a Q&A with Alex Bowman talking about when he found out that he was disqualified from the playoffs.
Which was a week ago.
When the highlight, one of the top 5 highlights is him talking about what he did with his phone, your race might need a little bit of spice, Alex Bowman.
It hit the bottom of the pool.
All right, so Alex Bowman got word that he was disqualified. And
1 week ago.
What did he do? He had his phone with him, and he elaborates.
It hit the bottom of the pool, and I walked away, and I'm like 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I should probably go get my phone out of the pool. Because, iPhones are waterproof, so it's like you're throwing your... And when I say throw, I kind of tossed it as I walked inside, because I knew my phone was about to start blowing up, and I really didn't want to see any of it at that point, right? Luckily, your phone doesn't have service from the bottom of the pool, so nothing came of it, but it I guess they have a new thing where they like report that you've been in a car crash if the phone feels something. So yeah, that happened. It's a true story.
I don't know if the visuals are better or that audio was better. I know our radio affiliates are going to go, what the hell was that? That was Alex Bowman talking about throwing his freaking phone at the bottom of the pool.
Because last week was Charlotte. Most of the drivers live in that vicinity. So he was home already and he got a call from his crew chief. And so he literally walked out of his bedroom and was so mad. And he knew that his phone was going to start blowing up with notifications and he didn't want to have any of it. So he threw his phone in the pool. It hit the bottom. But oops, 911 was called because
IndyCar says, no, we don't want NASCAR. We'll explain next. SpeedFreaks Bits and Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by good friends at General Tires. Now through the end of October, buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Need more information? Go to the website, GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire for Speed Freaks for the last 2 decades. Freak Nation coming up in about 15 minutes. Ida Zetterstrom running for Rookie of the Year, top fuel driver with the NHRA. She'll be joining us next segment. Next hour, Austin Prock, NHRA Funny Car pilot, running for his first championship. And incredible numbers this year, record-setting numbers. He'll be joining us next hour, and we'll get the latest from him regarding John Force. Now, it was leaked, or someone said that the Fox broadcast next year for IndyCar was going to be James Hinchcliffe, and who was the other color person?
Color was Townsend Bell.
With Townsend Bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Alan Bestwick was going to be the play-by-play.
Nothing is official.
No.
But that's what has been talked about on social media because a couple of prominent journalists have allegedly been told that. So
all right.
Take it for what you want.
I nothing against Alan Bestwick. I think he's a fine gentleman. I don't know him. I've never met him. I've not been a fan of his style of broadcasting. It just reminds me of what we used to call pink shirt network.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when you're wearing a sports coat and a tie into the pits and you're sticking a microphone in front of a NASCAR driver. Why the hell are you wearing a sports coat and a tie?
Basically, it lacked flavor. He lacks flavor. And like we were just talking about Lee Diffie last segment, Diffie brings so much flavor, so much outside the box commentary that we appreciate it. And we kind of sit there in front of the TV wanting more, can't wait to hear more. You don't get that from Alan Bestwick. He is more of an old school broadcaster. And I don't think that's what you would prefer to watch.
And neither does Mark Miles if I'm reading between the lines, or what do they call that, Derek Crasher, in your part of the country reading the tea leaves? I don't know if you guys do that in your part of the country either.
What? No, the Midwest does not do tea leaves.
No, I understand it doesn't, but Joey Logano.
Who's laughing now?
Mark Miles, the president of IndyCar, isn't laughing because it was out there that Townsend Bell, James Hinchcliffe, and Bestwick, it's the team. It's going to be the announcing team for the 2025 IndyCar Fox broadcast. First thing I thought of is, why are you bringing in a Bestwick? Because of his associations with stock car, NASCAR. And according to Mark Miles, he's feeling the same thing. He says, we told Fox, and I'm paraphrasing here, we don't want it to be a NASCAR broadcast. We want it to be unique to IndyCar. Alan Bestwick, this is me. Alan Bestwick is not unique to IndyCar. He's associated with NASCAR. So that tells me that Alan Bestwick is not going to be part of the broadcast. I know many of you are sad with that because familiarity is what you like about people who call your races. Not me. Lee Diffie, the freaking PRN guys, MRN guys, could call turtles fornicating and get me up on the wheel.
Okay. I know, right?
Turtles are slow. Who wants to call a turtle race? Anyway, my point is there are people out there that can get me excited and at least keep me engaged with their style of broadcasting. Alan Bestwick is just not that guy. And I believe that Mark Miles feels the same way. I don't know who dropped that out there, that he was going to be a part of the broadcast. Don't know. I'll be surprised if he is.
I think the first journalist who put it out there was Jenna Fryer, and she does have her finger on the pulse. So,
she said Alan Bestwick?
Yes. She said Bestwick, Hinch, and Bell. Yes. Which is Townsend Bell.
He did the post-qualifying interviews at COTA this month. Mm-hmm. Was it Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, and we shall see. Maybe. I mean, because there are games that are played within the media all the time as well. Maybe Jenna was allowed to leak that to get a pulse, read the pulse of fans and big people in IndyCar to see where people wanted to go with that, if they liked it or not. And maybe that's where we are now with Mark Miles' statement of, yeah, we don't want to NASCARize our IndyCar broadcasts.
Am I just again, I have nothing against Bestwick,
right?
But you're going to Fox. You want to blow the lid off of this damn thing.
Everything is on main big channel Fox.
Right?
Yep.
So why bring in a recycled play-by-play person?
I would say this, that he, to me, when I think of NASCAR, I hear his voice. When it's NASCAR, he has the greatest call in NASCAR history, as far as I'm concerned, with lessons learned from his father, right? He called that Pepsi 400 at Daytona in 2001 after Dale Earnhardt had died, and Dale Jr. won that Pepsi 400 race at Daytona. Right. That was the greatest call in NASCAR history, as far as I'm concerned. And if you bring that to your IndyCar broadcast, that's a big deal. Crash, is he still not? Correct me if I'm wrong. He's the voice at Indianapolis Motor Speedway right now, is he not?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, he is.
So he's been around the IndyCar crowd for a very long time. Yes.
So there you go. That's your connection right there. He is employed by Roger Penske.
So then why would Mark Miles make those statements?
All he said is
out of my mouth, Crash.
Yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead, Stat.
You took the words right out of my mouth. If he works for the Speedway, why is the Speedway questioning him?
But don't you? Am I just trying to find something here to poke at the broadcast when Mark Miles says this isn't going to be a NASCAR style broadcast? We want everything to be unique. Is it still unique and not a NASCAR broadcast if Alan Bestwick is in there? I've got nothing against the guy.
So is he then saying that because, again, just speculation, because that would be the booth, again, talking about Alan Bestwick,
right,
James Hinchcliffe, Townsend Bell for the 2025 and beyond IndyCar broadcasts on Big Daddy Fox. Is he saying that to ensure fans, hey, don't worry, it's not going to be NASCArized. We're reconditioning Alan Bestwick in the offseason. I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. One other IndyCar note that I wanted to bring up was Crasher had a chance to spend some time with the NASCAR Cup Series playoff drivers in Charlotte a few weeks ago. And one of the questions she asked them was, you have to pick one, NASCAR Cup Championship or to win the Daytona 500. Overwhelming. I don't recall one Cup driver specifically saying Daytona 500. There was one or two that was torn, but not one driver specifically said Daytona 500.
No. Kyle Larson was torn because he has a championship and he doesn't have a 500. And he's kind of like, well, but overwhelmingly the NASCAR guys, their reasoning for wanting the championship more than Daytona is because the championship takes a lot more effort to get. Well, yeah, we just kind of alluded to that last segment in which you got a really long season. You really shouldn't have a season that long.
Wait a minute. Joey Logano has 5 top 5s, and he led 6 laps today to get to the final 4.
Would you guys let me get to this audio bite, please?
Okay. I digress. Let's go back to IndyCar.
But it differs when it comes to IndyCar because they are not NASCAR. IndyCar drivers, an IndyCar championship, or the Indy 500? Come on. What do you think?
I would say the 500 for sure. It's our Super Bowl. It's our biggest event, so I would definitely pick that over our championship, even though championship is amazing as well, of course, but yeah, if I had to pick one, it would be the 500.
I struggle to answer that. I think they're both important. They're both different categories to me. Indy 500 kind of stands alone, they're both important. I'd like to win them both.
Another 500 would be pretty solid. Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know. Now for sure I'm looking forward to a championship, and that's all it matters.
Indy 500. No one forgets that. I always go back with a smile on my face because just being part of that event is wonderful, and it really is the most special event in the world.
Is it just a stupid question? It's like asking who's better, the Beatles or Rolling Stones? They're two different damn bands. Settle down, Skippy.
Joseph couldn't answer it.
Right.
And he has both.
I just
still couldn't answer it.
They're both difficult. I don't care what you're in, what sport you're in, man. Winning a championship's difficult in any of them. Just surprised it was 180 degrees different. Greatest spectacle in racing, Crasher.
without question. But what's crazy about both the NASCAR drivers talking about their Daytona 500 and the IndyCar drivers talking about their Indy 500, showing that that was their Super Bowl event. So their racing does not end with their Super Bowl. You will never win the Super Bowl and therefore win your championship. Weird.
Richie, Daytona 500 or Cup Championship?
Daytona 500.
Yeah, I figured. Millennials are killing championships.
Just ask Ward Burton.
Right.
Or Trevor Bayne.
Ida Zetterstrom. She is running for Rookie of the Year in the NHRA. She's a badass, a European champion, Top Fuel. She joins us next. SpeedFreaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
Freak Nation, coming up next hour, Austin Prock, NHRA Funny Car points leader, running for his first championship, John Force Racing. He'll be joining us next hour. Your stat man scat involves Campbell's Soup and Joe Gibbs. And Rico Abreu, friend of the Freak Nation, gets branded. Swear. Ida Zetterstrom, Rookie of the Year candidate, NHRA Top Fuel pilot, European Top Fuel champion. We caught up with her in St. Louis at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Great time with her. So much to talk to her about. But one thing in particular, what about her favorite curse word? Yep, it comes up. Her favorite curse word comes up in this interview. Ida Zetterstrom now, SpeedFreaks Pit and the Lucas Oil Studios. Ida Zetterstrom, Top Fuel pilot, European Top Fuel champion, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And when we were interviewing Erica, we heard a lot of the Top Fuel cars warming up. Warming the car up 10 years ago is much different than what you do now. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you heard everybody do the throttle wax, and they actually served a purpose back then. You know, you set the clutch, and like we have moved away from that. We don't need that anymore. You do have some teams that still does it, and I mean, I love to hear it. So when I see teams that do it, I know that like Alexis de Georgia, they still do it. That's awesome. Okay. So it's cool that some people still do it, but for now, we don't need to do it anymore, and it can be something that, you know, can be more hurtful than it helps. But for the fans, it's fantastic.
Everybody in here jumped when somebody did seat the clutch. So what is the point? Is it just for the fans? Because like you said, there's a risk involved in going that far in your warm-up as well.
I would say doing it right now, this day and age, and with the parts we have now, yes, it's for the fans. It's because you love it and you're keeping it as a tradition. And I know, like, when I talked to Alexis about it before, she said, getting to do the long burnouts and do the throttle wax in the warm-up, that's one of the things she loves about it. And yes, but definitely when you hear him do that, understand that that's for you guys.
Ida Zetterstrom joining us here in the Freak Nation, Top Fuel pilot. Is there a regimen that you have? Like if you don't put your left sock on before your right sock, are you pissed off for the rest of the day? Do you lose the race? Do you have a crappy day? What's your regimen to get ready?
I don't have that. So I actually do put, you know, one sock on before the other, one shoe on, but no, it's more of a routine, you know, always doing it the same thing, because I do believe that, you know, if you have a routine and you follow that, it does help you, you know, keeping, you know, not forgetting anything basically. But I'm not one to be like, if I don't wear these type of shoes or if I don't wear this sock or whatever, something's going to happen. And I will say that a few years back when I raced the Super Street bike, for a whole year, I had a necklace on. Like, I had a necklace on when I drove. And for some reason, we were at the last event of the year. It was a test session. I sat in the staging lanes, and I noticed that I had taken it off. Like, I didn't have it on. And I was like, not a big deal. But then it started kind of getting in my head, and I asked my mom. I was like, could you go and get that necklace that I usually always wear? So she went and got it. I put it on. I was like, ooh, feels good now. Yeah, I crashed in 200 miles per hour, sliding on my stomach the whole way down. And I was like, that necklace did nothing. So after that, I don't believe in that. I'm like, things happen, and you know, you make your own luck. And it's like, if you have that necklace on, or if you all of a sudden your favorite pair of socks get you know, shrunk in the washer and you can't use them, I don't think that matters. I actually don't. So I'm trying to never let anything like that get in my head, where it's like, if I don't have this, or if I don't, you know, get a fist bump from this person before I get in the car, I'm not going to be able to win this race or so on, because it takes over your head. So in my mind, I don't want to have any routines where I might screw myself up and feel like I'm not in the best position to win if I don't do it a certain way. So, yeah.
Superstitions, anything mental. I mean, racing is a mental sport in general. So yeah, the less amount of superstitions or things like that you can have, the better. What has changed for you? You've been in the sport all year, but you made your debut at Brainerd. What has changed for you inside the cockpit since you got in the car in Brainerd through now?
Oh, a whole lot. I feel like every time I'm in the car over here, there's something new, because obviously most of the teams out here, they're seasoned drivers over here. You know, every track they come to, they've usually already been to it before. You might make changes to your car or so on, but overall, they might be very comfortable in their cars by now. While we haven't had as much testing and as much runs as anyone else, when we came in, everybody had 12 races to, you know, get their stuff together and figure everything out. and we hadn't. So we are basically still testing things. So there's been several events. For example, in Brainerd, I felt great in the car, but there were some things that we noticed that like this doesn't work perfectly. We should change it. By changing it, we couldn't go testing in between there and when we were actually going to try it out in Indy. Coming into Indy, I had certain things in the car that didn't work at all like it should be before, and it made me feel, not as comfortable as I did before, because all of a sudden my routine got thrown off and I had to like relearn to do things a different way that didn't benefit me, and it takes away a bit of your confidence, when that happens. And then we changed it again to the next race to try and make it better, and it got a little bit better, but it still wasn't perfect. Changed it again, coming into Charlotte. Yes, that thing felt great. Like then we had, yes, now the car feels great, but now you're already changed up your routine on how you're driving several times and trying to get back to, that same feeling I had in Brainerd. So, or in Brainerd, yeah, in Brainerd. so yeah, there's, for us, in the situation we are now and still testing stuff, there's actually a whole lot going on in the car that I don't usually talk about, outside. People think that it always feels the same every time you jump in the car, but getting that feeling of, everything always feels the same when you jump in and you're doing it the same every time, that comes with more runs. I mean, we have about 30 runs right now on this car, and that is not a lot. So, and coming into Brainerd, we only had 10.
But that was your mentality coming into Brainerd, was that the rest of the season would be let's get used to everything. Next year's the real deal.
Absolutely, because obviously we can't chase a championship this year. Since we came out, 2 races before the championship, clocks kind of were reset. We didn't have a chance to be in the hunt for it. So we know that everything we do now is preparing us for next year. Obviously, we still want to come out and, run quick and definitely qualify top half of the field. We want to win races and we want to be, an upset to this championship hunt for other people, basically. But obviously having in the back of our minds that everything we're doing now and all the changes we're making is taking steps towards getting all that consistency and the program running exactly like we want, so that when we come out next year, we're going to feel so confident and knowing that what we have built up will be a championship contender. That's what we want.
Ida, we asked Erica this question. Your favorite curse word, whether it's at yourself, the car, your PR person, your crew chief, what's your favorite curse word? You don't have to say it in front of this young crowd, but you can give us an example. You can edit it a little bit. What is it? And why? And when do you drop it?
Yeah, I might drop some F-bombs in the car if I screw up. I don't do that towards my team, but I do it towards myself. So if you were to get a hold of my GoPro videos, the in-car ones, you will see me, punching my leg and screaming in the car before I get out, trying to get it out there so, like, Daniel doesn't get to take all of it when I come out. Like, I'm trying to shake it up, so that they don't have to deal with it. Obviously, we have a lot of Swedish curse words that I can throw them out here because nobody knows about that.
Go
so that can be a good
No, carry on. No.
Teach us some new lingo.
Yeah, the first fine from the NHRA to Ida Zetterstrom dropping Swedish curse bombs.
That's only Formula One.
$50,000.
Formula One's the only series low enough to fine people for their language.
Well, okay, when you drop the F bomb, is it F me, F you, F that, F this? What is it?
Yes. It depends what I did. It's been a lot of F me lately. I've been annoyed at, but
it's part of learning. Come on, give yourself some credit there. You are a champion. It's just different sometimes on the other side of the pond.
Absolutely, and I know all of that. And coming back and sitting down, I know that it's all part of learning. It's just that when it happens, that exact moment, that is not what you're like, that was a learning stuff. I'm so happy I learned that. Like, you have to give yourself some time before you settle into that. So. And I mean, I've had times where I have done stuff where I'm asking myself, what was that? What did you do? Like, I don't know. But no, it's obviously there is a lot of pressure being out here, and I do know what I can do, and I think that is the hardest part for me, because I know sometimes when I do something, I know I can do better. And I think in the situations I've been in the past, when you are a complete rookie and you don't know it, you don't get as mad about it on yourself, because you are like, okay, I don't know better right now. You're learning and you see all your progress all the time. But when you know that you can do it better, that's when it annoys me, because I know that I'm better than this. So let's not do that again. You know, I have a certain level that I want to keep, and that's usually when I get the most mad at myself. It's different when there's, first time something happens and you're like, oh, I did not know that should feel like that, or that will happen here, or whatever. I have an easier time swallowing it. But if it's me messing up on something that I know I can do better, that's usually what eats me up the most,
Ida Zetterstrom here in the Freak Nation. Austin Prock next hour. Joe Gibbs goes Campbell souping. We'll explain. Coming up, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
Who's laughing now?
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Second hour of the Freaks, Freak Nation. That looks real spiffy there.
Ooh,
Kenny, let me go
there.
down. What the hell's going on there? There we go. Bang! Second hour of the Freaks, Freak Nation. Happy to be a part of this big old thing. Coming up this hour, Austin Prock, NHRA Funny Car points leader, setting all kinds of records this year, on the verge of setting another record. He'll be joining us this hour. Statman Scat involves Joe Gibbs Racing and Campbell Soup. And the charter agreement or non-agreement, Freak Nation. Watching the show from time to time, it's kind of cool when you just scoot on by up to television in a sports bar and you'll see MAV TV up there and Speed Freaks are on. We'll get texts every now and then from some friends of ours going, hey, I'm at so-and-so bar, I'm at so-and-so restaurant. I see you, man. When we were at Talladega, they were in the Big Bill shed, Big Bill France shed.
Yes.
About 4,000 people in there. They've got the big screen up there watching the race, but all these small screens, they've got MAV TV rolling. Kind of cool, man. MAV TV's waking a lot of people up. Check out the MAV TV Go app, ladies and gentlemen. It is everything you want and more when it comes to motorsports. 2-wheel, 4-wheel, dirt, tarmac, asphalt.
Boats.
The MAV TV Go app. You got it, man. And maybe Joey Logano.
Who's laughing now?
All right, let me set this up, Freak Nation. If you missed the first hour, we spent 15 minutes going over that damn laugh with Joey Logano. Pretty freaking timely when it's October and getting close to Halloween. Kind of a wicked little laugh from Joey Logano, your Las Vegas winner. Dude leads all of 6 laps and gets himself a race. Gets himself a race win. This after he was reinstalled in the playoffs after Alex Bowman was disqualified last weekend. Statman, how many top 5s has Joey Logano got over the last 2024 season?
I think, was it?
It's 6. I missed the math. I didn't include his win today in that top 5, so it's 6.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so 6. That's the list. 6. The
So
same number of laps he led today.
Who's laughing now?
And the number 6. Okay, yeah, we are all spooky now.
See there?
Whoa.
Joey Logano was asked by NASCAR media personality Bob Pockras, or wasn't asked. Bob Pockras was there, of course, for the post-race. And Joey Logano made a comment about something Bob Pockras said recently, and that's where the freaking cackle comes from.
I keep looking at Bob up here. He thought I was going to make the playoffs this year. Who's laughing now? That's good motivation, though. I appreciate it. I needed that.
That's going to be all over social media all day, tomorrow, Tuesday, probably into Wednesday. Because I did challenge NASCAR Chasm. Okay, you figure out how to make this Vincent Price audio adjustment to this, and boom, you have your Halloween taken care of, thanks to Michael Jackson's Thriller and an edit by Joey Logano.
I think Joey Logano will now be replacing this.
But I'm not a liar.
Yep, I think Joey Logano will now be replacing that.
Who's laughing now?
But I'm not a liar.
He doesn't have to replace it.
Right.
You just put Newgarden up there as I'm not a liar, and then Joey laughs at him. We're teammates, buddy. I know you. I know you.
Crash, you're programming the show as we go. Nice work, Crash.
I'm not a liar.
Ah, dang it, man.
You tried. We'll have it ready for next week. But here's the deal. We are at the end of 2024. The Freaky Awards that we do every year. This will be our, 24th, 25th installment of the year-end Freaky Awards. We got a lot of candidates to go for Freak of the Year, and you just played 2 of them right there.
True.
So that's going to be a tough category. Freak of the Year.
Joey Logano talking about his crew chief, right, Richie? Big Ball Paul?
Paul Wolf, correct.
Yeah.
Today we had a solid car. We were not as good as a 20, but we were a top 5 car. In a long run, we were probably the best car. We just got ate up on the restarts too much. And, so when there's an opportunity like that at the end of the race where there's a long run and you're able to make good mileage, that's one of our strengths that we have with the Ford. And, so there's an opportunity there to run it long. And then when you put that together with Paul Wolf, an incredible crew chief. We call him Big Ball Paul now.
I thought you made that up, Kenny. Okay, Big Ball Paul.
I just wanted to make sure because typically I will listen to the sound bites that Richie put in there. And Richie is not the greatest speller in the history of mankind. Every now and then Richie will just misspell something.
Yes.
So I didn't know if it was like Logano, Big Call Paul. Nope, he's got it right here. Logano, Big Ball Paul.
I got a fun fact for you related to Paul Wolf. Paul Wolf, crew chief for Joey Logano.
Right.
He now, according to Trey Ryan, on Twitter, Trey Ryan 99, put out a graphic of the winningest crew chiefs who are currently in the NASCAR Cup Series. And with today's win or Sunday's win in Las Vegas, Paul Wolf now has 41 career Cup Series victories. And he has now eclipsed Rodney Childers as the winningest crew chief right now in NASCAR Cup Series.
Who's laughing now?
Okay.
Again, getting back to something we said last week, how I want a 2311 driver to win the championship, Tyler Reddick, before what happened in Vegas, just to see how uncomfortable Steve Phelps, Steve O'Donnell, they are when they hand the trophy to Tyler Reddick, Michael Jordan, and Denny Hamlin. I still want that to happen. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's got to pull something out.
Yeah.
But Joey Logano.
Who's laughing now?
Wouldn't hate that either, Stat Man. And speaking of Denny Hamlin getting handed the trophy by Steve Phelps, if Tyler Reddick goes on to win the NASCAR Cup Series championship, which according to news sources, Steve Phelps did not hand the trophy to Tyler Reddick, your regular season champion. Here's Denny Hamlin talking about being handed the trophy possibly at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked about it earlier that, it's a problem I would love to have is to, lift up that, have Steve Phelps handing me that championship trophy in Phoenix. That would just be awesome, right? And we've spoke personally about, that, and he said he'd be glad to do it. And so, certainly if I win the championship as a driver, I'm the driver of the 11, right? And I represent that team. There is another person that is the owner of the 2311 cars. And so, again, I can find a way to separate those two.
And right in front of Denny Hamlin will be Joey Logano looking up at him going,
Who's laughing now?
You having fun, Kenny?
Look.
It's the best thing about today because the race wasn't all that interesting. So
And F1, yeah. Kenny, first hour, didn't want to talk much F1.
I tried, man. I tried. Don't get me going again. I'm starting getting uncomfortable.
Itchy.
Statman seen me go from beer to wine, man. I don't know if he's going to see me going from anti-F1 to Formula One snorkeler.
Well, you You were snorkeling pretty strong there for a little while this year, beginning of the year.
Oh, there's the sound bite for next weekend. You're snorkeling pretty strong there. That's so good. Joey Logano talking about his luck, how it changes in Las Vegas. But prior to that, a little discussion with his wife after what happened with Alex Bowman getting DQ'd.
My wife, I talked to her in Victory Lane. She's like, do you believe 1 week ago at this hour, I come walking out of our bedroom and I said, you're not going to believe it. You know what I mean? It's like, you wouldn't believe it.
Meanwhile,
how many versions of that laugh?
Meanwhile, Chase Elliott is on his way to winning his 9th most popular driver award in a row.
You're serious?
I don't know how many he's won in a row, but he's going to win it again.
Why? Why, people? I don't understand that. He's so boring.
Maybe that's what they want, Crash.
Real quick on the Logano Las Vegas thing and luck changes in Vegas. Logano has won the round of 8 opener in his last 2 championships. So now he's won the round of 8 opener again. And he also won Las Vegas 2 years ago. Wasn't the round of 8 at that time, but again, Las Vegas 2 years ago en route to that championship. The moons are aligning.
Those odd years, man. No, even years. Yeah.
4. What is a 4, Kenny? And a 2, which was 2 years ago. 2020, 2022.
Who cares, Crash?
Who's laughing now?
Austin Prock next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Freak Nation, your NHRA Funny Car points leader, Austin Prock, back in the Freak Nation. Got him off the golf course. The interview was so important, he left his buds on the golf course and those screwdrivers he was drinking. Okay, he wasn't drinking screwdrivers, but he drove home to do this interview. Austin Prock here in the Freak Nation. Austin, if you weren't out running a funny car, would you want to be a championship golfer, or you're just out there hacking?
Yeah, it would pay a lot better. That's for sure. Those guys make some coin out there, but I'm nowhere near that. I just got into golf a couple years ago, and obviously with my racing schedule, we're pretty busy. I don't get to get out and play much, but had today off from the race shop, and it's a beautiful day out here in Indianapolis.
Golfers.
I'll just tell you one similarity. They're both very mental. They both have their different physical aspects, I guess. I think you need to have a lot more core strength to be a golfer than what I do. We're more of jockeys, but the mental aspect is definitely very similar.
More of jockeys. Austin Prock, you are one of the most modest drivers I know in the entire business of motorsports. I also read something that you said about a month or so ago that, all I do, this is your quote, all I do is stab and steer. Austin, come on. There's a heck of a lot more that goes into driving a 330 mile per hour funny car. Give yourself a tiny bit more credit.
It's my job, the way I look at it. And it's a very, if you keep things simple, it's a lot easier to, perfect things. So I just tell myself, just stab and steer and, try to do the best of my ability to get it down there, because thinking about it and worrying about it doesn't help anything on the racetrack. So if I just tell myself stab and steer, I usually drive pretty well.
And I've seen you. Okay, let's back up a tiny bit. You with John Force Racing, you and Brittany have eclipsed records. You're tied with John Force right now in #1 qualifiers in a single season with 13, something that hasn't been done since 1996. There is massive chemistry going on at John Force Racing as a whole. You guys have it going on. I don't want to jinx anything as there's 2 races left in the season. But when you say stab and steer, regardless of how good you guys have it, seemingly, I've seen you do some serious steering this season in the cockpit. How do you know? Is that a weather thing? Is that a track grip thing? How do you know when you've got a good run going and then when you don't and you really do need to steer it to the win?
I think it's a collection of all those things. Even though, we just race in a straight line per se, each one of these racetracks has so many different characteristics, different crowns, different bumps, seams that you need to straddle in either lane. So these funny cars wanted this season. You'll see there's a lot of wheel input into the Chevrolet Camaro SS. So, when we went 381, there was an in-car camera in it. I had about this much wheel in it, and it pretty much puts the front tires at about a 45-degree angle. And that was, every bit of input needed to keep it going in a straight line. And, you'll see these cars, especially when you're really hauling the mail, the front tires obviously get light because you're pulling so many G-forces. So, you just really got to hang on and do the best you can, because they really don't steer all that well when the front end's light like that. So you have to catch it extremely quick to keep this thing in the center of the groove and not get yelled at by a crew chief.
But you're not hanging on successfully unless you are a good athlete. To go back to Kenny's original question, who are the better athletes, golfers or race car drivers? You are a massive athlete to steer it like you just described.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I don't look at myself as an athlete because I feel like athletes go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym my entire life. I spend my time in the race shop and lift heavy race car parts.
Wow.
Austin Prock. Crash took every question I had, but I want to follow through on something. It's something that fascinates me. I had a driver tell me once that the steering on a funny car and the front wheels is so light that what you described with the 45-degree angle, but they also said they could feel the brake in the grandstand when the wind comes through, that they have to steer against that because that'll move the car. Have you had that experience?
Yeah, quite a few times, more than not. When we go to Las Vegas, like we're coming up to in the fall, there's a pretty heavy crosswind there. Not always a crosswind, but typically there is wind. And if it is a crosswind, that racetrack's got big grandstands on the left side of the racetrack. And as soon as you get past those grandstands, that 30 or 45 mile an hour gust will literally make you feel like you got T-boned down there. So it's something that you kind of have to anticipate, but not too much, because if you're anticipating it, you're thinking about it, and you're not thinking about the task at hand, essentially. So, if you feel it shove over, you just got to be ready for it. And, just kind of guess on how much wheel input you need to put in it, in that first instinct to make sure you're well and safe.
So Austin Prock, points leader in funny car. I've heard it said that drivers don't have any input in the setup of the car like they do in sports cars or many other NASCAR or any other form of racing, that the crew chief makes all the decisions. Don't you have it? That is incongruous to me, especially considering what you just described. What do you have no input in how to drive the car or how to set up the car for a run?
Well, like Clay Milliken says, when you're a professional drag racer, all you can do is screw it up. You have to be perfect every time, because the crew chiefs do make the decision on essentially how quick the race car is going to go. And, they're trusting you to navigate it down the racetrack in the most straight fashion you can get. Because if you're out there moving around, you're just scrubbing speed off, just like any other motorsport, circle track racing. If you see those guys out hacksawing on the wheel, you're just scrubbing ET off of it. So that aspect is very similar in this sport, when you are going up and down the racetrack. But when one of these cars smokes the tires, 90% of the time, that's on the crew chief, just applying too much horsepower in a certain section of the track where it loses grip, where, sometimes if you do overdrive these race cars, you can make them smoke the tires. So I guess you have a little bit of input on how it gets down the racetrack, but I'm with Clay, really all we can do is screw it up, and you just got to be perfect every time you go up there, which, I've done a little bit of both. It's not as easy as it's done.
I don't know, Austin, what you're describing is stab and steer, and I'm with Pratt. No way you're stabbing and steering. You got to drive those things.
Yeah, well, I am. Yeah, that is driving. You stand on the gas and you steer the steering wheel, stab and steer.
You're alluding to your crew chief. Let's talk about Jimmy Prock. It's your dad, it's your brother. You've got a massive team going on there. What is the family dynamic, truthfully? They are putting this car together. They're engineering this car to go straight as best as possible, to turn on a wind light. You are driving it, but your life is in their hands. Can you describe the reality of your family dynamic? Clearly, it's close.
Yeah, well, it's everything we've ever wanted, As soon as me and Thomas, my brother, could think, we wanted to be involved in racing. And I always wanted to be the driver, and he always wanted to be the crew chief. So it's just all worked out, and, we're living our dream right now. I love racing with my dad and my brother, and I hope that can continue, in the future. We've had a lot of fun, and we sure have had a lot of success this year. And it's pretty outstanding, the season that we've had, and it's our first year working together. So, the family dynamic's perfect right now. We get to the racetrack, and we all, man our own corner of the team, and, let the crew guys do their magic. And it's just been working out right now. So we got 2 long races to go, a lot of off weekends in between, but I sure am looking forward to getting to Las Vegas and then right on to Pomona.
Austin Prock, we got a part 2 coming up next segment where he gives the latest on John Force. And Ron Capps made reference to the truck. What the hell? The car that he's in, that Robert Height was driving at one time. that we'll get to. But man, Crasher, he's on a roll to set a record, qualifying record.
Well, yes, he's tied with John Force now. Was that from the 1996 season, I believe?
It was late 90s, correct.
13 total qualifying, number one qualifiers. And there's 2 more races to go. I mean, come on. He could realistically break that record. It's a phenomenal car, yes. And I know, like you said, we're going to get to that in the next segment. But he's a pretty damn good driver as well. We talked about it. He's won on circle tracks. He's won championships on circle track. The guy knows what he's doing. Let's give him credit.
And he shares with us the latest on John Force next. SpeedFreaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by good friends at General Tires. Now through the end of October, buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Need more information? Go to the website, GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire for Speed Freaks for the last 2 decades. Freak Nation, we continue on with your funny car points leader, Austin Prock, running for a championship and a record-setting year for him. Of course, drives for John Force Racing. And in this portion, you'll hear the latest on John Force, Austin Prock now, Speed Freaks Pits, and Lucas Oil Studios. Freak Nation, Austin Prock, funny car points leader, going for his first NHRA Funny Car Championship. Joining us here in the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios. You scared a lot of drivers with this race car that you're in. In fact, we had Ron Capps on with us last week, and he talked about that car that you're in, Austin, and who he thinks of from time to time is in that car.
But, you watch the success of that car, and really that's Robert Hite's car. In my eyes, Austin's done a great job. He's brought a new element to that car, but that car, who in this room didn't think that car would be fighting for a championship anyway, right? I mean, that car is outstanding. It always is. You have to go through that car regardless to win any race. I don't know how many battles I've had with Prock and Robert Hite throughout the years.
Is that car any different from when Robert Hite was sitting in that seat to where you're sitting in that seat?
No, very, very few things. When I was told I was driving this race car, I knew I was a rookie in the funny car category, but I knew we were going to have a shot at winning races and potentially a shot at winning the championship. I've watched this race car pretty much my whole life, and it's always, been one of the front runners, or if not the front runner. So I knew I had big shoes to fill, and it's very similar. I mean, really all that's different is the size of me and the size of Robert, which, is probably, 30 pounds. So I've changed some steering, the way the steering's built in the race car. I've changed that around, just trying to get a little bit more feel in the race car. But other than that, it's very similar. And they've been building this setup for a few years now, and it's just consistently got more consistent and quicker as the years have gone on. So, everything's just come together at the right time. And, I've been doing a good job of, holding on to the thing and leaving the starting line on time. And, that's got us a few wins, but, the car's doing most of the work for sure.
You got your ass kicked a little bit when you're running the top fuel car, the top fuel rail. But in this funny car, you're kicking a whole lot of ass. And you got a guy like Ron Capps and other drivers you line up next to that work their way up into successful programs. You get dropped into the John Force Racing program. A lot of folks may think, hey, it's the silver spoon, the golden child, whatever the case may be. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because it's a freaking funny car that you've got to drive. But with your family involved, you involved, you've got to feel fortunate to be able to sit in a car where you know that every time you're going to start that damn thing, it cranks.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very fortunate to be at John Force Racing. John took a shot at me in 2019, and we got some funding from Frank Teagues, and between him and Force, we were able to get out to the racetrack and give me an opportunity. And I think that was kind of like it was going to make or break my career. If I didn't succeed in that first year, handling the race car, handling all the media, the sponsors, there was a good chance that I wasn't going to have a ride in the following year. So, a lot of hard work was obviously put into my career before I went drag racing, and definitely a lot of hard work since I got to John Force Racing. He took a shot on a kid that never drag raced before, and I had to make a point, that I belong here and I'm good enough to, win these races and go after a world championship. So, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that think I was, spoon-fed or the golden child or, whatever you want to call it, but they don't see the work I put in behind the scenes, or the work I started putting in when I was 8 or 9 years old, trying to go, racing, hustling my own sponsors. Obviously I was very fortunate to, have my family, and they allowed me to, get the race cars. But once we got the race cars, it was pretty much up to me to, make it happen, get funding to go to these races. And I just love racing. There's nothing else I want to do. And I have an opportunity of a lifetime, like I've been saying all year, driving this Cornwall Tools Chevrolet Camaro SS for John Force Racing. Like, how much more can you ask for? So just working hard, and I hope we can close this deal up. It'll be pretty special for me and damn special for the family and John Force.
Austin Prock, again, that modesty. I mean, you are a 2019 Circle Track champion. You've got racing in your pedigree. So let's just go with this. What is that behind you? I mean, you say you don't have any drag racing, or you didn't have any drag racing experience. I see something that you studied on as a kid.
Yeah, that's actually my rocking chair for when I was a kid. My parents had that made for me and Thomas, and on the side of it actually says my name and then Crew Chief Thomas Prock. So, we were little kids. I always knew I wanted to drive, and he always knew he wanted to tune. And, that's what everybody surrounding us thought as well. So, it's been a long road coming, but it sure is cool to race with my brother. I grew up racing with him. And, when I started racing quarter midgets, I was the driver and he was the crew chief. And we worked all the way up the ranks, won a national midget championship on the pavement. And when we both got our first professional starts, we had to, split ways for the first time. I went drag racing to drive a top fuel dragster, and Thomas went down to Charlotte to work for Stuart Haas Racing as a race engineer on the Cup cars. And after a few years later, we're back working together, and life couldn't get much better.
Bro, get out of the damn way. Let's see the thing.
Oh, yeah. I got all kinds of stuff in here. I'm running out of wall space. I got to do ourselves these die cast up there. I got all these winners posters I don't have room for yet. I got to do a serious revamp in the office in the off season.
Look at that top fuel rocking chair.
That is badass.
That's
me and Thomas, when we were little, we would put our tools to work on it, and our favorite tool for some reason was a hammer, and that thing was dented all up. It was beat to hell. And a couple years ago, my mom sent it to Tommy Johnson Jr. He does a lot of woodwork nowadays, and he totally refurbished it. And then my mom ended up giving it to me. So maybe one day, if I have kids of my own, they'll have a pretty cool rocking chair.
That's badass.
Wow.
Well, Prock, it's not lost on us the significance of this season for you, John Force Racing. I've got to ask the question, how's John doing?
He's doing good. I've heard from him a few times lately, and he sounds great. He's really getting back into work mode. He's in the office every day in Yorba Linda, and he's really taking rehab serious. And believe it or not, he's listening to his doctors. So he's taking everything serious and doing, making the right motions to get back to 100%. And, we sure do miss him at the racetrack, but it's nice hearing from him. Nice hearing that, he's studying the races, at home, and, he's staying up on, everything that's going on in the pit. So it's great to hear. And I sure hope we get him to a racetrack here soon. I'd love to see him in Vegas. But if not, fingers crossed for Pomona. So it'd be great to have him out there and, have his presence back around. I feel like I got a little extra pep in my step when he's around.
Yeah, I would imagine that, again, that he's larger than the sun, and John Force showing up, I don't care if he's 100 feet away from you or 100 miles, you just know he's there, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. And, like I've been saying all day, he really has given me an opportunity, and a great opportunity. And I really do enjoy having him at the racetrack, bouncing ideas off of him, or, just cracking a laugh with him. He was always making me smile, and I tried to do my best to, make him smile and make light of things, and, just have fun out at the racetrack, because that's really what it's all about. And if you're having a good time and having fun, the results seem to follow.
Freak Nation, his name, of course, is Austin Prock, running for the 2024 NHRA Funny Car Championship, Las Vegas, and of course, Pomona. Points and a half. Holy smokes. That's going to be bananas. Buddy, thank you for taking time out. I know you made a special trip to your home to be a part of the Freak Nation.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me. And the rest of the season should be very entertaining. NHRA sure does spice it up with the points and a half in Pomona, and I'm sure it'll get run down, to the last race there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm up for the challenge, and hoping we can get her done.
Attaboy. Austin, thank you, buddy.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Again, that's no lie, man. The dude stopped his golf game It was crappy service there at the back nine. And he just said, my house is 5 minutes away. I'm going to go to my house and do this interview.
That's incredible.
That's John Force influence on him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not a lot of drivers would do that.
And wouldn't be surprised if we see John Force come Pomona. Would not be surprised at all. Freak Nation. Coming up next, your stat man scat, the significance of Campbell's Soup and Joe Gibbs Racing, and sprint car badass Rico Abreu gets branded. That's next. SpeedFreaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Keeping your Pride and Joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.traceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
Your Statman Scat, brought to you by STEM Stories. When racing goes to school and grows up, by Bill Wood, a.k.a. Statman. Now look, motorsports are at a crossroads, and out of the cloudy future, however, comes STEM education. Motorsports are the perfect vehicle to teach science, technology, engineering, and math to the next generation of racing fans. Get a copy of STEM Stories now at Amazon.com.
You might have missed this headline this week. The Campbell Soup people have signed a marketing agreement with Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. That includes Joe Gibbs Racing and NASCAR. Last June, Gibbs sold a minority piece of his NASCAR team to Josh Harris, who owns the Washington Commanders in the NFL, the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA, and the New Jersey Devils in the NHL, among other things. And yes, he's the Harris in Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. The deal this week includes 16 brands under Campbell's umbrella, including iconic names like Campbell Soup, Chunky Soup, and Goldfish. Activation plans weren't announced. The release did say the deal was for more than a year. Like I've been saying, NASCAR's charter issues aren't what's important now. NASCAR sharing money with the teams isn't the issue anymore either. The issue is business, making money. And if the teams aren't prepared to be in business, NASCAR will be a difficult place to be in the future. Fighting NASCAR's monopoly is a waste of money. Of course it's a monopoly in stock car racing, but not in business. It'll be a chunky road if you don't understand the new soup to nuts model in the NASCAR garage going forward. Peace.
Soup to nuts, Freak Nation. Statman and his
road.
Statman Scat. And I think it just codifies the conversation that we had. There's reasons why RCR, Joe Gibbs, Hendrick, all those guys, that their roots are so deep into NASCAR and the money that they've got coming in, I'm going to fight it. And with that Campbell Soup coming, and Statman with the Campbell Soup, all the brands that are tied within those that are funding Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, it's like 16 altogether that are in the deal.
It's pretty sweet right there.
And what do you think Joe Gibbs is going to enjoy some lawsuit against NASCAR to get a bigger piece of the pie? Mm-hmm. His pie is going to be bigger than Josh Harris, his partner. Goodbye, NASCAR, and 4 other NASCARs like it.
Yeah, it's interesting, but there were a couple of articles this week. Toby Christie, I can't remember the publication where he actually put it out. I don't believe it was his website, though it may be on there by now. He put it out there that even Hendrick has not made a single dime in the last 10 years. So will this new charter agreement allow a different sponsorship agreement to happen with teams and companies moving forward? Potentially. And we're seeing that with this Joe Gibbs announcement, Joe Gibbs Racing announcement, and all of these brands. But the fact is the fact of the matter that teams have not made money with NASCAR. Denny Hamlin's not just throwing that out there.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
That's what they're claiming. They have not made money in the last 10 years.
They've made money. Somehow they've made money. They haven't lost as much money as they say. Of course, they're going to have to. I mean, Hendrick sells cars all over the country. So he's got a way to build his business and to be compatible with cars racing on a racetrack. So, Boris said he's got a BMW dealership near Lake Elsinore in Southern California. That's a Hendrick dealership that he got the dealership from Hendrick. So anything can be in business. He's selling cars. He's making money. He may not make as much money as he wants to, but he's making money. Penske's making money.
Gibbs is making
But
money.
are they making money? Right. But are they making money off of their other businesses? When it comes to the race team and the race team specifically, is that a money loser? And their other businesses are money winners. But you can't say that they're making money exclusively on the race car side of things.
No, I could say that. Sure, I could say that. They can make their business do whatever they want it to do. Penske used to make money from bringing in people that he needed shelf space from. So he would bring them to the Long Beach Grand Prix. He was the #1 buyer of tickets to the Long Beach Grand Prix for years. So he would bring those people in, show how hard he works and the Penske organization works. And then his salespeople would show up on Tuesday at their store and space was made available. That's how you make money. They're not asking, we want a piece of your money, NASCAR. And NASCAR is going to, just like he's going to do in this lawsuit, like they said 3 days ago. Get out of here. Ain't nobody giving you any money.
I'm still not buying that NASCAR is going to win this lawsuit. Granted, have they lost a lawsuit in the last 20 some odd years? No. But you've got some pretty decent sports lawyers working on this.
Well, put it this way, if NASCAR wins this lawsuit, Major League Baseball is going to be in a whole bunch of trouble.
It will be interesting the closer we get because the book.
Excuse me, Kenny. If NASCAR loses this lawsuit, then Major League Baseball is going to be in a whole bunch of trouble.
Oh, that's actually what I thought you meant. So
just having the books open from a team standpoint and a league standpoint, my goodness.
Even though it's a private company, is that going to make any difference?
That's what depositions are about.
All right.
Freak Nation, a very good friend of the Freak Nation, Rico Abreu, runs in the High Limit Racing Series, runs some World of Outlaws, won himself a couple of Chili Bowls, sprint car badass. Came across this video over the weekend of him literally getting branded. His family is involved in a farming, right?
Yeah, well, they have a vineyard. They have, farm. Yeah.
Right.
A variety of things in California.
And evidently, this is a thing. And this is from Rico _Abreu. And if you're watching this, you're seeing right now, it's a still shot of the burner on your stove. And you can see a metal apparatus heating up in this burner on the stove. Now, what happens after this, if you're a little queasy, you might want to turn away. If you're not, want to watch Rico Abreu get branded, we'll explain the situation after you watch this. Rico Abreu about to get branded. So here we come. This is Rico and
Jesus,
oh, come on.
Booyah.
Oh my God.
Right above the heart.
And then is this a brother?
Yep, that's his brother.
There it is.
Oh my God.
Putting the family vineyard or the family ranch logo, each of them above their heart, showing their,
that
looks like it hurts. Showing their commitment to their family, their commitment to, the business. And you also see smoke coming. Oh my God. It's just, a very red chest and smoke coming out from the branding. Ouch.
Why not just get a tattoo, dude?
That's a good point.
Like, what?
I witnessed there was a black fraternity at Sam Houston State.
Omega Sci-Fi?
Who was it?
Omega Sci-Fi. They're the ones that are known for branding.
Thought there was an Epsilon in there.
Omega Sci-Fi. Well, it could be Kappa Alpha size. They really don't like the branding thing.
And they did it. They did it on the shoulder or on the arm here.
Yeah.
And
that's where the Omegas they do the Omega sign on the
the Omega Sci-Fi. Yeah.
The smell of skin burning, Freak Nation.
But to take it another motorsports level, in the comments of Rico Abreu's Instagram is funny car driver Matt Hagan saying, "It's all right, guy. It's all right. Welcome to the club," which I didn't know Matt Hagan had branded himself. He says, welcome to the club. I'm paraphrasing. Welcome to the club, but allow it to scab well. It'll stick to your t-shirt, but just let it go. You'll be fine. The something about the longer you let it scab, the better the scar will be.
One-way ticket to an infection and a trip to the hospital. Dear Lord.
I don't know.
Not a time in history to be infected.
Yeah, no.
And on that note, Stat, man, we did it again, man. And we'll do it again next Sunday night, Monday, depending on when and where you're watching this big old thing.
You didn't give me my 5 minutes of Formula One, Kenny.
Because we did more than 5 minutes in the opening of the show.
You know, Max Verstappen is going to win next year.
Rant on tonight. You did a rant
Super
on
Juice to the Moose and Statman.
Let it loose.
See you, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.